So you like your controller customizable with removable foam padding inside the case and buttons, with state-of-the-art inductive custom sensitivity switches, low profile buttons and low profile rings for smooth sliding, and a very durable travel case inside the box? Then you'll like the Varmilo FK2. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we got the Varmilo FK2. So let's open this up and see what we got. So we'll open this up here. So here we have our controller in the case. Let's get this out the way. So let's open this up. So here we have our compartment to add some different things here up top, your storage. And here's our controller. So here we have 3 extra switches. We have our metal switch puller. We have our long USB-C to USB cable. And we have our prying tool. Okay, let's get the controller out. And here is our user manual. So this manual is not in English, so you will want to use Google Translate to use your phone to scan everything and help you translate all the pages. So this is a very nice case. This case is very hard and very firm. It's all the pieces here are molded really well to hold your controller tight. This is really puffy right here on the bottom. The top is nice and smooth. So you can put all your cords up here and it won't smash down on your buttons because this is very soft. But this case was very durable, very well put together. I love the handle here and this Velcro lock. And this case not only allows you to carry and protect your controller, but it also is a lap play device. So you can wedge it right here in the top and it fits perfectly in the grooves, and you can play this on your lap or a table just like this. Really nice case. And here we have the Varmilo FK2. So here we have all small buttons across the top and the bottom. We have our action buttons here on the top. We have our mode switches here. Going around, there's nothing on the bottom, nothing on the left, nothing on the right. We have our power port here underneath. So when you plug this in, it all locks into place with these different channels. You can run it out the side, out the top, or the other side. It has rubber grip pre-installed. It has a really nice weight to it. This is a plastic top with a metal interior, but it all feels really well. It doesn't creak or flex. It feels really nice in your hands. If we take some American quarters, we can see the rings here that are built into the case are about roughly barely a quarter tall. And the second quarter here is about as tall as the switch. So each one's about 2 quarters tall. So if you're looking at this controller, the first thing you looked at was customizable inductive switches. This is my first controller with those type of switches, and it's really cool how you can take this controller, slide the switch to the keyboard side, connect to a Windows laptop. It did not work for Mac, Linux, or Chromebook for me, but on a Windows laptop, it worked just fine running Windows 10. Connect it. When you would go to their website, you'll see all the settings for the controller. So you can adjust the different buttons, and what it does is you can decide if I barely touch it, it activates, or if I have to push it all the way down to activate. You determine the threshold, and when you let go, do I want to let go all the way? And when I barely let go, it'll activate the button. So you can adjust every one of these to be how you want each one to be individually. When it comes to sliding, currently this is the best controller for sliding. It has these small built-in rings into the lid that barely go up the button. So when you do this, all the buttons are super smooth and you just slide across back and forth, and it's really fluid and easy to do. The stock switches that come in this controller are very short travel, so when you tap down, you can really hit the bottom really fast. And again, you can adjust your threshold, so you can determine, do you press hard or you tap soft? All those different settings allow you to adjust how you want this controller to feel. This controller has a nice weight to it, it's very dense, and when you hold it, it's very wide and it's comfortable on your lap. This controller comes with the Cherry MX Inductive Silver switches. They have a very short travel. As soon as you tap the button, you're hitting bottom, so it's very snappy and pops back up. They also offer different colors like black and I believe a blue. I'm probably gonna try to order some blacks and get those in and try that out as well. When you're using the controller, when your Xbox and PS5 are connected, you'll put it in controller mode here on the left. The only buttons that work are start and guide. So your PS button or your Xbox home, your start is start. The other buttons are not used, and that'll be how you operate your controller on the console. When you flip your controller over, there are rubber grommets here. You can just pop those out and unscrew all the screws. You'll take your prying tool and your switch remover here, and you can take your thumbs and just push down. It'll pop right off. Or use your prying tool to loosen up all the clips. It'll come right off. You can see here it has foam on the inside. You can see it's very easy to remove your keycaps. And your switches are right here, so you use your switch removal tool and just pop those right out. And when you see there are no pins on the bottom of this switch, and they snap right back into place. This foam here, you can pull out if you want to remove this or add more. You can do whatever you want to do. You can fully customize this to how you see fit. And when you're done, you just pop the top right back on and snap it into place. The controller does come with a rubber grip pre-installed on the bottom. The top does feel like an airbrush or like a paint on top of here. It does not come off on your hands. I played very many hours, over 10 to 20 hours in this controller. I've had nothing rub off on my hands or anything like that. So it is very durable and it looks really nice in person. And when you look close to this controller, you can see there are custom little rings built into the lid itself, and they are very flush with the buttons. So when it comes to sliding, this is the easiest controller to slide on so far. So once you have your controller and you're ready to adjust all the settings, again, you'll put it here in keyboard mode. And when you connect to your Windows laptop, you'll connect to the device on the website. And when you do that, you have to download their latest firmware application. When you do that, Windows will kind of stop you, say, hey, is this safe? That is up to you to decide if you want to download the software or not. I went ahead and downloaded it on a test Windows laptop that I have so I can continue the testing process and figure things out. But you will get that warning because Windows will block it as an unsigned publisher. Once you do that, you will be able to install the firmware, which is very fast and easy. It does not require internet access because I turned off the Wi-Fi when I did that, and it worked just fine. I updated the firmware, connected to the website, and then I was able to adjust all the settings and try all the different things out on this controller. As you're working through the settings, there are a lot of adjustments. There are 4 standard modes, and each one has their own different variables. So try each one and figure out what works for you. I recommend doing select all. You'll see it on the screen. Once you do that, set each one by one. Put it in mode 1. Play your character for about 2 minutes. Mode 2, mode 3, mode 4. Again, rinse and repeat each one, and then you'll start to feel what feels right to you. You can adjust the slider for your push down and your let go. There's 2 different sliders. So in each mode, you can adjust all the settings and customize the way you want. It is very sensitive, so be prepared to really dial it in the way you like it, and you'll be all set. And I recommend out the box, just using it stock, feel it out, get used to the controller, and then go into the settings and dial it up or dial it down. For me, the only button I really dialed off the beginning was this button here. My hands sit right here. So in all my controllers, you may notice tape across these. I went ahead and dialed this where it did not activate to its lowest level. That way, if I touch it by accident, it would not activate. And that was very easy to do. So how do you connect to your console? You'll take your adapter and your cord, connect these together, plug this in the top, this into your console, hit guide, hit start, and you're all set. If you're on Xbox, you have the Brooks XB3, you have the Mayflash Magic X. If you're on PS5, you have the Mayflash Magic S Ultimate, you have the Brooks Wingman FGC, and you have the Brooks Wingman FGC2. So to connect to your consoles, take your adapter, connect to the end of the cord, take your cord, plug it to the top of your controller, this into your console, press guide and press start, and you're all set. Next, we have the paper test. Take a standard piece of American printer paper. This is 8.5 by 11. You're going to turn this sideways, and when you lay this on the controller, you can see this controller is taller than a piece of paper by the metal teeth on a USB adapter, and it's wider than a piece of paper by about 2 adapter heads. Next, let's do the sound test. So let's get some things on the table and compare. So here we have the Tiki Taka S15. So this is currently my slide king, right? When it comes to the height of the rings, to the height of the button caps, you can easily slide in this controller. When it comes to Varmilo, it's even easier where the rings and the buttons are even closer together, but they're not in the way, so it smoothly slides back and forth, and the give of these switches are so soft that it kind of easily snaps down and slides back and forth as you slide across. This controller here is taller by about 1 adapter and wider by about 1 1/4 adapters. When you're looking at this comes with GP2040. This has their custom in-house firmware. This has the KL V2 switches. This has the Cherry MX custom induction switches, so you can adjust your input levels. And here it's your standard. You would buy different switches to adjust the input levels on the switch here. Here, when you order, you can pick your custom top in different colors. Here it comes in 1 standard color, and neither have a pass-through port. They both require an adapter at the end of the cord, and you would press your guide start or your home and start here to activate the controllers. Here we have the Hot 42T. When you compare these two here, you can see this controller is lower by roughly 1 adapter in height, and the Varmilo is roughly 1 adapter taller than the T and about 1.5 adapters wider. And if you compare this to the Hot 42 R16, we have an extra lid here. You can see your directionals are the exact same lineup here, and your buttons, if I move this over, they line up right in line with each other. They're just slightly closer together, but the spacing is the same as the R and on this controller. And here we have the Speedy Labs Lightfox. This controller here is your medium size, running GP2040 with the Keychron optical switches. This controller here, again, is running the Cherry MX inductive switches. They both come with a case, so it's really nice to see that both come with that in the box, and they're both very nice cases. So you can get your large size with a large case, or your medium size with a medium case, with all the custom features on both. You can carry all your supplies in one place. So that's the Varmilo FK2. It comes with a really nice finish finish. It has a really nice weight to it. And these inductive switches, again, being able to customize on a Windows laptop after you do the update of your firmware, you can really dial it in a way you like it and have a really good time the way you want your controller to feel. The case it comes with is very nice and dense and very firm. If you're a type of player that loves to slide when you play, this controller is perfect for that, as the ring here that's built into the case is nice and flush with the buttons. It's very easy to push and move. This is the smoothest and easiest to slide on out of all the controllers I've tested so far. It's really easy to do. The built-in rings help a lot. I think this is a really nice controller. Again, if you're on PS5 or Xbox, you're only going to have these two buttons to activate. The buttons here, these speed silvers, are very light and they bottom out really fast, very easy and snappy to play with. They also offer other options that are not for sale yet. So when the blacks come in, I'm definitely going to be getting those and trying those out in here as well. It's very easy to take apart. Just take the screws out and then pop it right open. It's very easy to do and customize as you see fit. And if one of your switches dies, it comes with 3 backups. That's really nice. So that's Varmilo FK2. Thanks Varmilo for sending this out for review. Thanks for watching. Bye.